If you're hearing this, remember one thing. The story you're about to witness happened. The files were sealed, the recordings erased. The forest remains. November 5th, 1975, 7 loggers drove into the Arizona woods. Only 6 came back. For 5 nights, their missing friend's name echoed across police radios, UFO hotlines, and whispered phone calls between Air Force bases. When he finally returned, naked and shaking on a dirt road, he didn't just claim to see something. He claimed he was taken. And they weren't finished with him. Part 1. The night the sky broke open. The forest was quiet that evening. Too quiet. No birds, no wind, just the distant hum of saws winding down. As the men packed up, one of them pointed toward the tree line. "Is that fire?" he asked. But the color was wrong. It wasn't orange. It was electric blue. Through the trees, they saw it, a hovering disk of metal, spinning with slow precision, its glow pulsing like it was alive. Travis Walton stepped closer. The others yelled, "Don't!" But curiosity has gravity, and that light pulled him in. He said the air thickened, like walking through invisible water. The hum vibrated through his bones, and then a sudden blast. A blue beam erupted from the craft. It hit him square in the chest, lifting him off the ground like a puppet cut from its strings. He crashed into the dirt, motionless. The others screamed. Someone yelled, "He's dead!" The driver slammed the gas. They tore down the road, hearts pounding, leaving their friend behind in the glow of something not of this earth. Part 2. The Vanishing. When they returned 15 minutes later, the clearing was silent. The ship was gone. Travis was gone. The men searched in circles, shouting his name until dawn. Nothing. No blood, no footprints, only a scorched circle of earth still warm to the touch. By morning, they were in the sheriff's office, shaking. Their story unbelievable. 7 men claiming an alien took their friend. Police suspected murder. Over the next 5 days, the forest became a crime scene. Helicopters swept the treetops. Dogs caught no scent, and the 6 witnesses were branded as killers. Reporters swarmed the town. Alien abduction hoax or homicide? The FBI arrived quietly. Their agents didn't laugh because radiation readings near the site didn't make sense, and local power grids had recorded a strange magnetic pulse the same night Travis vanished. 5 nights of chaos. Then a phone call. A gas station attendant, trembling, said he'd found a man lying in the dirt beside the road, naked, starved, mumbling one phrase over and over. "They're still watching." It was Travis. Part 3. Inside the light. He woke up under something bright, too bright. He was lying on a metallic table, air heavy and sweet, humming like machinery wrapped in air. Shapes moved around him.
3 figures, small, pale, with smooth gray skin and eyes like black mirrors reflecting his fear back at him. They didn't speak, but they thought at him. Every emotion he had, confusion, terror, disbelief, echoed back at him 1,000-fold. He tried to move, but his body wouldn't respond, like gravity itself pinned him down. When he screamed, the sound was swallowed by the air. A tube slid toward his chest. He panicked, swung his arm, and the beings backed away. He stumbled off the table, running through metallic corridors that bent like liquid geometry, walls breathing, pulsing. He burst into a wide chamber, a dome with stars projected all around him, like the universe itself was rotating overhead. And there, standing near a console, was something human, a tall figure in a smooth gold helmet, eyes cold, mechanical, focused. He tried to speak, but the figure only stared, then placed a clear mask over Travis's face. Darkness. When he awoke again, he was lying on the road under the stars. No ship, no sound, just the echo of the forest and the feeling that something was still listening. Part 4. The Return. When doctors examined him, his vitals were wrong. He was dehydrated, but not starved. His blood chemistry showed imbalances that shouldn't exist. He'd lost 12 pounds, yet his facial hair hadn't grown in 5 days. He flinched from light. He refused to sleep. He said the silence of the craft still rang in his head. The police were stunned. The 6 witnesses, interrogated, polygraphed, hypnotized, all told the exact same story. 5 tests confirmed no deception. Even the sheriff whispered to a reporter, "If this is a lie, it's the best one I've ever seen." Travis's story spread worldwide. News anchors mocked it. The Air Force said nothing. And the men who saw it that night, they never worked together again. Each one described the same sound, a hum that wasn't a sound, a vibration that never really stopped. Part 5. The truth they tried to bury. In the years after, researchers combed the case. Skeptics said it was hallucination, hysteria, a stunt. But something didn't fit. The technology Travis described, gravitational distortion, rotating field propulsion, plasma containment, wasn't public in 1975. It matched declassified propulsion schematics released decades later. Files under Project Aquarius, buried deep in old Air Force archives, mention a contact event in the Arizona sector, matching the coordinates of Walton's site to the mile. Coincidence or cleanup? And there's more. Satellite thermal scans from that week show a heat bloom in the forest at precisely 7:42 p.m., the exact time the crew said the beam hit Travis. But the data vanished 2 days later. Official cause was magnetic corruption. Part 6. Fire in the Sky.
They made it emotional, human, but Travis said the truth was colder, clinical, like being examined by a god that didn't believe in souls. He avoided fame, avoided money. He just wanted to forget. But sometimes he said he could still feel the hum, low, distant, like something waiting to reconnect. In one interview, he said quietly, "I don't think they abducted me by mistake. I think they were tracking something inside me." He paused, and sometimes when I close my eyes, I still see the light, not in front of me, but behind my eyelids. Part 7. The Whispered Ending. Years later, Travis returned to the forest. He stood in the clearing where it happened. The air was calm, too calm. He placed his hand on the dirt where the beam had struck. The soil was still magnetic. It clung faintly to metal tools and compasses spun in circles. He whispered, "They never left." And as he turned to leave, he heard it again, that soft, almost imperceptible hum, like a sound only he could hear. The light wasn't gone, it was just waiting for the world to stop laughing. They called him a liar, a madman, but when truth hides in plain sight, ridicule becomes the best cover. 5 missing days, 6 witnesses.
no evidence of deceit, and a government that smiled and said nothing. The Travis Walton case didn't fade, it evolved, because every new UAP disclosure, every leaked Navy video is just another echo of that same night in the forest. So the next time you drive through the Arizona woods and see a strange blue light between the trees, remember, he touched it. He saw what waits beyond curiosity, and he came back with eyes that never truly looked human again.